Have you ever heard of a professor who is still a child? It sounds like a story from a book, but it is true. Meet Soborno Isaac Bari. He is a young boy with a very big brain and an even bigger heart. At an age when most kids are busy with cartoons and video games, Soborno was given the title of the world's youngest professor. This is not just a nickname, he is a real visiting professor at a university in India. He teaches college students who are much older than him. His story is amazing and honestly shows us that you are never too young to do something great. Soborno is from a Bangladeshi-American family and his journey is one of incredible talent and hard work. Soborno was not like other babies. He showed signs of being special from a very early age. Imagine a baby speaking in full sentences at just 6 months old. That was Soborno. His parents, Rashidul and Shahida Bari, knew he was different. They listened to him carefully and saw the spark in his eyes. While other toddlers were learning to say mama and dada, Soborno was having conversations. This was just the beginning of his amazing abilities. His mind was like a sponge, soaking up everything around him. He was not just learning, he was understanding the world in a way that surprised everyone. His love for learning grew bigger and bigger. By the time he was 2 years old, he was not playing with building blocks in the usual way. Instead, he was solving difficult math and physics problems. These were not simple sums like 1 plus 1. He was tackling problems that many high school students would find hard. His father, a mathematician himself, saw his son's incredible talent. He started giving him more and more challenging questions. Soborno would solve them with a smile. He was not just memorizing answers. He was thinking deeply about the science behind them, exploring the mysteries of the universe from his high chair. For Soborno, learning was a game. It was fun. He loved numbers and equations the way other children loved toys. His parents did something very important. They encouraged his curiosity. They did not push him too hard, but they gave him the tools he needed to explore his passions. They filled their home with books and created an environment where asking questions was celebrated. This support was the soil in which Soborno's genius could grow. His family's love and encouragement were just as important as his natural talent. They helped him believe that anything was possible, even becoming a professor before he was even 10 years old. Soborno Isaac Bari was born in New York on April 9, 2012. His parents had moved to the United States from Bangladesh, carrying with them dreams for a better future. They never imagined their son would become a global sensation. His father, Rashidul Bari, works as a college math teacher, and his mother, Shahida Bari, has always been a strong supporter of her children's education. They named him Isaac after Sir Isaac Newton, one of the greatest scientists in history. It was a hopeful name, and little did they know, their son would start following in the footsteps of great thinkers from a very young age. His family provided a warm and nurturing home. The first big sign of his genius came when he was just a toddler. In 2014, when Soborno was only 2 years old, his father found him solving complex chemistry and physics equations. He was not just scribbling, he was working through the problems with real understanding. His father was amazed. He started recording videos of Soborno explaining his solutions and shared them online. Soon people all over the world were watching these videos. They could not believe that a child so young could understand such difficult subjects. This was how the world first came to know about the little boy who was nicknamed the Einstein of our time. As he grew, his abilities only became more impressive. He developed a deep love for mathematics, physics, and chemistry. He could talk about string theory and the laws of motion with the same ease that other kids talk about their favorite superheroes. His parents made sure he had a balanced life. He played, he laughed, and he had fun like any other child. But his playtime often included thinking about the universe. His father became his first and most important teacher, guiding him through complex topics but always letting Soborno lead the way with his own questions and his own incredible curiosity. The family's support was the secret ingredient to his success. They celebrated his achievements but also taught him to be humble and kind. They knew that having a big brain was a gift, but having a good heart was even more important. They encouraged him to use his gifts to help others and to make the world a better place. This loving environment helped shape Soborno not just into a brilliant mind but also into a thoughtful and caring young person. His older brother, Abrar, was also a big inspiration, always cheering him on and sharing in his journey of discovery and learning. As word of Soborno's incredible mind spread, people in high places started to take notice. One of the most special moments came in 2016. At just 4 years old, Soborno received a letter from President Barack Obama. The president had heard about his amazing abilities in math and science. In the letter, President Obama encouraged him to keep learning and to never lose his passion for discovery. He wrote, "I hope you take pride in your hard work and continue to dream big." For a young boy and his family, receiving a letter from the President of the United States was a huge honor. It was a sign that Soborno's journey was truly special. This was only the beginning of his recognition. Soon, famous universities and television programs wanted to meet the young genius. He was interviewed by Voice of America, one of the largest international broadcasters in the world. People were fascinated by how a little boy could speak so clearly and intelligently about such complicated subjects. He was invited to visit universities like MIT and Harvard, where he talked with professors and students. They tested his knowledge, and he always amazed them with his deep understanding. He was not just repeating facts, he was thinking like a true scientist. His fame grew, and he received invitations from all around the world. He became a guest speaker at many events, sharing his love for science with audiences of all ages. One of his most famous interviews was with the principal of City College of New York, Dr. Lisa Koiko. She was so impressed that she called him the Einstein of our time. This nickname stuck with him, and it helped people understand just how special his mind was. Even though he was meeting famous people and visiting important places, Soborno remained a humble and happy child, always smiling and eager to share what he knew. These experiences were very important for Soborno. They gave him confidence and showed him that his passion for learning was valued. He was not just a kid solving problems in his living room anymore. He was a young ambassador for science, inspiring people everywhere. His interviews and appearances were not about showing off. They were about sharing his joy for learning and encouraging other kids to be curious. He wanted everyone to see that science and math are not boring subjects but exciting adventures. His journey from a viral video star to a recognized prodigy was a testament to his talent and his family's support. Beyond his scientific achievements, Soborno has a powerful message for the world. In 2019, at the age of 7, he wrote a book called The Love. This was not a book about science or math, it was a book about peace, tolerance, and harmony. In the book, Soborno imagines a world where people of all religions and backgrounds can live together without hatred or fighting. He was inspired to write it after seeing news about terrorist attacks. He just could not understand why people would hurt each other because of their differences. He wanted to do something to stop the hate and spread love instead. The main idea of his book is simple, but honestly pretty profound. Soborno argues that if we can remove all religious labels, we will see that we are all just human beings. He wants to create a movement where people focus on what unites them, not what divides them. He hopes to build a world where a Muslim can lead a prayer in a church, and a Christian can do the same in a mosque without anyone feeling offended. For him, the goal is to defeat terrorism and extremism by promoting understanding and mutual respect. This message, coming from such a young boy, is incredibly powerful and has touched many hearts. His work for peace earned him many awards. One of the most prestigious was the Global Child Prodigy Award. This award recognizes the top 100 young talents from around the world in different categories. Soborno was honored for his intelligence and for his efforts to promote peace. Receiving this award brought him to a global stage where he could share his message with an even wider audience. It showed that his contributions were not just academic, they were also making a positive social impact. He was using his voice and his platform to advocate for a kinder, more peaceful world. In 2021, Soborno's journey took another amazing turn. He was appointed as a visiting guest professor at the Sampurnanand Vishwavidyalaya, or SVU, in India. At just 9 years old, he officially became the world's youngest professor. He teaches physics to graduate and postgraduate students. His role as a professor is not just a title, he actively prepares lectures and engages with students, helping them understand complex scientific concepts. This position gives him a platform to combine his two biggest passions, science and his message of love. He believes that education is the key to creating a better future, free from prejudice and hate. Soborno Isaac Bari's story is far from over. As a young professor, he continues to teach, learn, and explore the universe. He dreams of getting a Nobel Prize one day, not just for his scientific discoveries, but for his work in creating a more peaceful world. He wants to continue his research in physics and mathematics, hoping to solve some of the biggest mysteries of science. But his ultimate goal is to see his message from the love become a reality. He wants to inspire a generation of young people to be both smart and kind, to use their knowledge to build bridges, not walls. His journey teaches us so many important lessons. It shows us the power of curiosity. Soborno never stopped asking why, and that is how he learned so much. His story encourages children to follow their passions, whether it is science, art, or music. It tells them that their dreams are valid no matter how big they seem. It also shows parents the importance of supporting their children's interests. Soborno's parents did not force him into a specific path. They nurtured his natural talents and gave him the freedom to explore. Their love and guidance were the foundation of his success. For adults, Soborno's story is a reminder to never stop learning. He shows us that age is just a number and that you can make a difference at any stage of life. His positive attitude and his desire to make the world a better place are truly inspiring. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, his message of love and unity is more important than ever. He teaches us that the best way to fight darkness is with light, and the best way to fight hatred is with love and understanding. He is a small boy with a giant message of hope for all of humanity. In the end, Soborno Isaac Bari is more than just a prodigy. He is a role model. He is proof that one person, no matter how young, can inspire change. He encourages us to dream big, work hard, and most importantly, be kind to one another. As he continues his journey, teaching students and spreading his message of harmony, he reminds us all of our potential to learn, to grow, and to contribute to a better, more peaceful planet. His story is a bright light, showing us the way to a future where intelligence and compassion go hand in hand. The world is watching this young professor, eager to see what he will do next.